Hey friends, welcome back to our channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Angie and I enjoy sharing different projects we have going on around our home. In today's video, we're going to be decorating the mantle and I'm going to be shopping my house and just finding things that I have laying around to use in this space. And yes, I'll be using some thrifted items that I found and I'll let you know what I bought from a store and what is thrifted. This is what the mantle looks like right now. It's just got these candlesticks on either side. And since I do like to shop my home, I have shopped the mantle and moved things around. And so now this space needs some TLC. I'll start by moving these candlesticks. I found these at Hobby Lobby around Christmas. And I love the gold, but they don't add the contrast that I love. So I'm moving those to the kitchen island for now. I will share at the end of the video what this space turned out like, and you'll want to be sure that you watch till the end because I'm also adding some video footage of what our family's been up to this past weekend. It's a fun weekend, so you'll want to stay tuned for that and check that out. I have shopped my house and I have pulled together some items that I want to use in this space. I'm using red, white, and blue for the patriotic holidays. And the first thing I pulled was this blue and white vase that I got at Home Goods about a year ago. I love the look of it. It was in our built-ins, but I'm going to use it on the mantle with just a little bit of greenery. This was a riser that I thrifted several years ago, and I just use it for added height. And then I'm pulling together my thrifted books. I always have thrifted books in fun colors, and they're going to add the red and the blue to this space. And I love thrifted books. The more worn they are, the better. And then I'm using this greenery from Hobby Lobby. This is my favorite, and I had some of this laying around, so I'm just going to use it to add that pop of green and give the space a little bit of life. And then this is a thrifted vase. I have a video showing you this. I'll link it in the description box below for you so you can see how I styled it back then. But I think it's going to add that white for my red, white, and blue theme. And then this is a wooden spindle that I found several years ago that I thrifted. And I was going to use it as a hook on the wall, but that never did happen. And I've got a fun idea for it on this mantle. And then this flag, I made it last year for July 4th. I made several of them out of thrifted cloth that I found. I've got a whole video showing you how I did that. They are such a fun thing to make out of thrifted material, and I'll link that video below for you, but they're some of my favorites to decorate with. And then these big flags are from Target. I'm going to use them in the space and just put all this together and see if I can make it look like it does in my head. And then for the focal point of this mantle, in the middle of it, I'm going to use this mirror that's black, and it's going to bring my pop of black and give it an English cottage look, almost a Ralph Lauren look, and just add that little bit of light that I need on this mantle. I love the shape of it and the size. I think it's going to really make a really good focal point in that space. So I start by cleaning it with my Norwex cloths. I love these so much. You can clean just about anything with them. And mirrors, they don't leave streaks. And I'm just going to prop the mirror on the mantle for now. We may hang this at a later date, but for right now, I'm just going to prop it up here. But I love how it looks up here, the shape of it, and that pop of black with that wood. I think it's a great contrast. And then I'm going to add this vase up here on the side so that it will give it some height. And I'm thinking that it's not enough height, so I'm going to add this riser up under it to give it just a little bit more height. Now next to the vase, I'm going to add this thrifted blue book. I love to decorate with old books, and I'm always on the hunt for them. So I'm going to add this blue book here between the wood mantle and this wooden spindle that I'm using. So I like to decorate with wooden objects, but it would blend in with the mantle, so the blue book just kind of breaks up that wood look. And then into the spindle, I'm going to add these flags and just bring in my red, white, and blue. and I'm just going to pop them into the spindle. I think this is such a fun way to display your flags and have a vintage look, but also it brings interest to your space. This is a fun example of showing you how to think outside the box and using an object in a different way. These candlesticks were here already. They are from Amazon and they're from a very dear friend, and I'm going to leave them here for the added height. But beside them, I'm going to add more thrifted books, and I'm going to use a blue book and a red book. I'm going to put the blue one first and then the red one on top, but instead of seeing the spine of the red book, I'm going to turn it so that you can see these worn pages and add a little bit more color to the space. And then on top of that red book, I'm going to add this creamy white vase that I thrifted. And I think that it adds a lot of texture to the space. And you could leave it empty, but I'm going to add some greenery for the summer months. It just adds a little bit of life to the space. Anytime you add green, it just livens up the space. I love it so much. Just going to pop 2 of those in there. And then I'm going to add this homemade flag just to have the red, white, and blue on this side of the mantle. This mantle space was very easy to create just by shopping my home and pulling items that were light colors together to create this space. And I can leave this up until Labor Day. This is the final look of how it turned out. This is how the kitchen island turned out just by shopping my home and adding things to this island. I love how it turned out with the gold candlesticks. And just to show you a little glimpse of what my family's been up to this weekend, my husband had a milestone birthday. He turned 50, and so we had so much fun celebrating him with a surprise birthday party that we were able to pull off and completely surprise him. I brought in some of my favorite hydrangeas for my bushes. I just cut a few of them and added them to vases, and then just added them to the center of the table just to add another pop of color. We had so much fun celebrating him. A friend brought him cupcakes, and so we had those to share with our friends and family. And I'm also going to add some footage of us surprising him at his surprise birthday party.
Oh, well, I really don't have anything to say. You got me. Thank you.
Well, friends, that about wraps up this week's video. I hope that you were inspired to shop your home to create beautiful spaces in your home. I also hope that you enjoyed a little glimpse into our family celebrating my husband's 50th birthday. It was such a fun weekend shared with family and friends. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps out the channel so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.